Hi everyone and welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. So today I am here with my June book haul. I don't usually do monthly book hauls, but I realised that I bought a lot of books in June and received a lot of books in June, and I just wanted to talk about them to you guys, so I thought I would do a book haul for the month of June. I bought and received 27 books in June, which is more than I read. I read 24 books, I bought and received 27. I would love to get to a point where I buy or receive less books and my physical TBR actually goes down, but the past couple of months have been crazy. Anyway, enough rambling, let's just dive in. I'm going to start, this is not in order of me receiving them, I'm doing books I bought, books I received as gifts and books I received as proof copies, so I will just go through them like that. This is in no particular order. Within those sections, I have just grabbed them off my shelf and thought I would talk about them to you. I'm not going to go through what every single book is about because one, I don't know, and two, we would be here forever. So I'm just going to go through a little bit about why I bought them, basically. So to start us off, we have Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I've wanted to read this one for a while because Booksnest really liked it when she read it. So I'm going to buddy read this one with my friend Amy. She pointed it out because it recently came out in paperback and said she wanted to read it. And I wanted to read it too, so we both picked up copies. And then we have All Our Hidden Gifts by Caroline O'Donoghue. I'm actually reading this one at the moment with Amy and Joe, who I work with and are some of my closest friends. We bought this one because also Booksnest read it recently and gave it 5 stars and really loved it. So yeah, we're buddy reading this one at the moment. I then bought the Weathering With You manga. This was a completely one-off random purchase because I randomly came across it in Waterstones and I wanted it. I love anything written, produced, made by Makoto Shinkai. I love Weathering With You. I love Your Name. So I have read the Your Name manga, I've read the Your Name light novel, I've read the light novel of Weathering, and I just wanted to read the manga. So there is, I think, 3 out at the moment and it's complete. The second one is weirdly really hard to find, but I saw the first volume, picked it up, I've already read it and really enjoyed it. And then we have The Sky Is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. Again, this was a completely random one-off purchase that I made in Waterstones because I came across this lovely 10th anniversary edition. If you didn't know, this one actually kind of inspired the name of my blog and this booktube channel because it's called The Sky Is Everywhere, and I read this around the same time that I started my blog and called it The Books Are Everywhere. So it does actually stem from the title of this book. I read it a while ago and really liked it. Not as much as I'll Give You the Sun, but I still really enjoyed it. And I just really like this edition, so I picked this one up. I then bought the first 3 books in the Anambra in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir. I recently read these in the Fairy Loot edition set, which I liked but didn't absolutely love them and decided I would be fine to have the paperbacks. So I bought these 3 because I found them in bookshops and just bought them. And I'm waiting for A Sky Beyond the Storm to come out in paperback in December, I believe, and then I will have another full set of the paperbacks because I actually quite like these paperbacks. And the covers weren't dissimilar to the Fairy Loot ones anyway, so I decided to pass those on to somebody who wanted them more than me and bought these paperbacks. I also bought The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ and Clune. This was purely because it came into our bookshop one day when I was working and I have never seen a physical copy of this and I really wanted to read it. I've heard so many people rave about this book. So I just randomly picked it up because I was desperate to read it. And I just saw it in our delivery and took it straight away and bought it because I've never seen a copy. I got excited and I bought it. And then we have 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This is a very new release by the same author of Spin the Dawn, and again this was completely on a whim because look how pretty this book is. I wanted to read this one and I knew I wanted the hardback, so I thought why not just buy it now while the hardback's out, while I can get it, while I can get a first edition. I presume this is a first edition because I literally bought it as soon as it came out. So yeah, this is a first edition, so I thought why not just buy it, and yeah, I want to read Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dust by the same author at some point as well, so hopefully I think me and Amy and Joe are going to buddy read this one as well at some point. And then we have The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I actually bought this one months ago in a charity shop for like $1.99 I think, but my mum read it and had it for a while, so she's just passed it on to me, so I just included it in this month's haul instead of when I actually bought it, because I didn't know when I would get it. But we both love the flat share, so I kind of bought it for her and for me, and hopefully I'll be able to read this one soon. And then I bought The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joanne He. I actually bought the entire Owl Crate set for, I think, the box for May or June. I think it was May. Because I really, really like the box in general, and I really wanted this copy of this book. I've heard really good things about this, and I really like the Owl Crate version with this kind of lilac sky in it rather than grey. So I picked the box up secondhand on eBay, and I'm so glad I did because I love this cover. And then we have She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. This is a bit of a weird one because I actually ordered this months and months ago, back in like February or March, and it never got sent because I think the publishers were struggling to get one to Waterstones, maybe. It got a bit stuck along the way and it's taken months to get here, but it finally arrived. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. It sounds really, really good, and I'd like to read it over the summer because it sounds like the perfect summer thriller. And then we have Vicious by V. Schwab. I decided that I wanted to collect these covers, and they are kind of hard to get, or at least Vengeful is kind of hard to get. So I actually managed to get this one through Waterstones, which is odd because this is the first book and is therefore older, but this one is easier to get than Vengeful. I also partly wanted these because they have undercover people, like my copies of Addie LaRue and Dark Shade of Magic. I then bought Puddin' and Pumpkin because Pumpkin was recently released and I absolutely love this hardback copy with the rainbow spine. I have a hardback copy of Dumpling that I bought half price because it has a bit of damage on the inside, which doesn't affect it at all, and it's fine on the outside. So I realised that I needed to get Pudding before it was not available anymore, and I wanted to get Pumpkin because it's only just come out. So I got this one for like $3.99 I think off eBay. It's in great condition, and then I got this one from Waterstones when it came out. And then we have Our Dark Duet by V. Schwab. This is a bit of a weird one because I've already ordered a replacement because this one turned up, and even though it's the same publishing company as my copy of This Savage Song, it is a different size. It didn't cost me too much, so I've just decided to replace it with one that hopefully matches or should match. This was a mistake on my part, so I can't really do a lot about it, but it's just weird that the same publishing company publishes both the same cover, same edition, same paperback format, but two different sizes, so this one really annoys me. So I probably will just get rid of this one at some point, but I thought I'd include it because it was hauled in June. And last but not least, we have A Fur Love Story by Loan Lee. I've already read this one on audio and absolutely loved it. I did buy this one, I had a pre-order of it, and then I also requested a proof and got the proof, so I thought I would include this in my segment between buying and proof copies. So I did buy this one, but I also got a proof of it, which I gave to Courtney. It was a finished copy, but the publisher sent it to me. I would absolutely recommend this one. So highly recommend it because I loved it so much, and it was just so cute and such a cute romance with some lovely Southeast Asian culture in there as well. So then we have proof copies that I got in the month of June. The first one was Vampires Never Get Old by various authors, including V. Schwab, which is why I really wanted this one. The story that's in here by V. Schwab is being adapted for Netflix, so I also requested it on behalf of that, and I wanted to add this to my V. Schwab collection. Thank you so much to Titan for sending me this one. And then we have Hurricane Child by Case and Calendar. I absolutely love Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar, and this one is a middle grade, but I really wanted to read this, so I requested it, and thank you to Scholastic for sending me a copy. And then we have As Far As You'll Take Me by Phil Stamper. I have not read The Gravity of Us, which is Phil Stamper's first book, but I've heard such good things about it, so I thought I'd request this one, as I do want to read both, and Bloomsbury sent me this one, so thank you to Bloomsbury for this. And then we have Ace of Spades by Faride Abike Iyamide, and I am reading this one at the moment as part of a buddy read with Alex, and we're both reading the proof copy and really enjoying it so far. We're about 150 pages in, and yeah, really enjoying this one, so thank you to Osborne for sending me this copy. And last but not least for the proofs, we have This Poison Heart by Kanan Bayron. I finished Cinderella is Dead within days of receiving this copy, this book, which is her new book, so I'm very excited for this one as I really liked Cinderella is Dead, which is a Cinderella retelling. This one is the Secret Garden retelling, which is really interesting because it's not one you see often as a retelling, and I did read The Secret Garden earlier this year, so I'm very excited to read this one, so thank you again to Bloomsbury for sending me this copy. And now we are on to the gifting section. I was gifted a lot of books this month, mainly from Amy. So thank you so much to Amy. But I thought I would take you through the ones that I was given by other people. The first one being the Darth Vault by V. Schwab, which was gifted to me by Mark, my boyfriend. He gave this to me, bought this for me because we were looking at different editions, and although this is a completely different publishing company to our Dark Duet, they kind of look really similar, and we were really interested to see how they compared and what the sizes were, and weirdly this one is the same size as our Dark Duet, which, as I already said, I am going to be getting rid of, which is a bit annoying, but I do like this cover and I'm not too bothered about the size difference because they are different publishers and the spine does look different. So it's cool to have this one. This is a collection of the Archived and the Unbound, which are 2 books by V. Schwab, which will often be found in collections like this one. We also have Vengeful by V. Schwab, which my lovely friend Amy bought for me to match my cover of Vicious. She managed to find one for not too much. So thank you so much to Amy for buying me this one, so I actually have the complete set now. And the others here are also from Amy. She had a bit of an unhaul and was getting rid of some books and offered them around to friends, and I requested a few from her. So the first one on here is 10,000 Doors of January. This one is a proof copy from when it came out in, I think, 2019, and I wanted to read this for a while. I've heard really good things about it, and this proof copy is so pretty. So I got this one from her, so thank you to Amy for this one. I also requested from her The Furies by Katie Lowe. I have a bit of a weird connection to this author via my boyfriend's family, who know the family of the author who wrote this book. So I've wanted to read this for a while anyway, and then I found out about that weird connection that we have, so I've wanted to read it more since then. This is a YA thriller, and Amy had a proof copy, so she passed it on to me. And last but not least, we have The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Harcastle, which I have wanted to read for a while, but have recently heard not so great things about it after I got this one from Amy. So I'll be interested to see how I find this one. This is by Stuart Turton, who is a thriller crime mystery kind of writer, who also wrote The Devil and the Dark Water recently, which came out recently in paperback. So yeah, I've wanted to read this for a while, so Amy also passed on this copy to me, so thank you to Amy for this one. So that is the 27 books, I think it was 27 books that I received or bought in June. They are now completely surrounding me on the bed and I can't move because there are books all around me, and hopefully none of these piles fall over. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this kind of speedy haul video. If you did, please let me know, because I will continue to do them for every month, because I tend to get a lot of books and receive and buy a lot of books because I have no self-control. But oh well. So thank you for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below with what you bought or received in June, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. I'll see you next time. Bye!